Let's go to Westminster. We can talk to UKIP's Deputy Leader, Paul Nuttall. No surprise you've got a smile on your face this morning, Paul. I mean, how much better than you expected at this stage are these results?
Well, we had an expectation that we would gain 100 seats. Only a third of seats have been counted at the moment, and we're already up by 94. If we continue on this upward trajectory, then it could very well turn out to be a good day for UKIP.
It's a patchy result, though, isn't it? When we're not seeing something, universally across England with all of this. There are areas where you're doing well, areas where you're not having such a big impact. Why do you think that is? You must have some strategy in place.
Well, hang on. I mean, we're taking votes and seats in the north of England now. You just look at how well we've done in places like Rotherham and Hull. We've taken seats in Bolton. In the Midlands alone, Dudley, Walsall and Cannock. And equally down in places like Castlepoint and Thurrock. I think we're having a very good night indeed. And what we're proving is that the old adage, which has come from the Westminster bubble, that UKIP is only taking Conservative votes, is now falling by the wayside. We're taking Labour votes in the north of England too. And I think what we're doing is we're on the road to creating a political earthquake.
Well, yeah, it's admittedly, and it seems to have taken Labour by surprise to an extent that you've taken so much off them. There's been that internal criticism of Ed Miliband as a result. But there's still criticism of UKIP in all of this, isn't there? That you're pretty much a one-issue party, and in that sense you're a protest vote, and that isn't going to resolve into anything come the general election next year.
Well, we'll just have to see, won't we? I mean, let's not forget that on top of these local elections have been the European elections, which are a single-issue election. If you want to be in the European Union, then you can go out and vote for the old established Westminster parties. If you want to be out and believe that Britain would be freer, stronger and richer outside that club, then there's only one show in town, and that is UKIP. And on a personal note, I'm very happy indeed, because I've been saying that UKIP can pick up old Labour votes for many years, and all of this seems to be coming to fruition today.
What about the idea that you're not, in a sense, a party as we view it? You're a one-man band. I mean, that's what Nigel Nelson, the political editor of the Sunday People, has said on Sky News this morning. And let's be clear, he has got a point, hasn't he? Nigel Farage is a very charismatic person. He's carrying the whole party, isn't he?
Well, Nigel Farage, I think, is the best orator in British politics today. He is very charismatic. He does lead the party. But, we will have a whole raft of new MEPs come Monday. And I think what you will see is them being rolled out over the summer. And we will prove that this party is certainly no one-man band. And we will go into that general election very confident indeed.
Yeah, well, it's going to be an interesting 12 months in terms of the campaigning. As much as anything else, I mean, you're going to have these results to work off the back of, but you've still got the criticism, the claims against you that you're a racist party to deal with. How do you do that?
Well, of course, I mean, this has been whipped up by the other political parties and certainly been whipped up by the establishment media here in Westminster. Yes, we've had a problem with a small number of our candidates. But look, we are a political baby. We're only 21 years old. We've gone through growing pains, but the other political parties have had problems as well. The only reason you don't read about it is because they have friends here in the press. 17 councillors alone, sitting councillors from the old establishment parties, have either been arrested, convicted or charged of all sorts of misdemeanours over the past week or so. But you don't read about that in the press. But if you substituted UKIP for any of those political parties, it'd be on the front page of every single national newspaper.
If you're going to be taken seriously, though, you need to do some serious weeding out, don't you? Some serious analysis of the people who you've got as supporters at the moment to try and give yourself a cleaner image, a cleaner start come 2015.
Well, look, we've had a problem with, I think, 10 candidates out of 2,250. I think it's a very small percentage. I agree we need to tighten up on our systems. But look, UKIP councillors who are already elected are doing a fantastic job. We have the highest attendance record out of any of the other political parties on councils up and down the country. And I think the ones who will be elected today and overnight will go on and do our party very proud indeed.
Because you want to get into Westminster, I mean, that would be a crucial step forward for UKIP. What's going to happen in terms of creating strategy and policy and all the other key areas that are important in the UK?
Well, two things are going to happen. Firstly, we'll sit down over the next few weeks and we'll look at these results in conjunction with the results of last year, and we will pick target seats, just as the Lib Dems did 15 years ago under Paddy Ashdown. Equally, at the same time, what the party is doing at the moment is it is going through a policy review, and we will be launching our new policies at our conference in September, which is slap bang in the middle of Ed Miliband's constituency, and we will take those policies into the general election next year.
Labour, we know, has Labour cooperative MPs, Labour cooperative candidates for the general election. What about Conservative UKIP candidates?
Well, I think at the moment, I don't think that's really on the cards. UKIP isn't a pressure group, we're a fully fledged political party, and I think we're quite strong enough now to stand alone. I mean, look, this is the most exciting political movement that politics has seen in this country, probably since the birth of the Labour Party over 100 years ago. This is an insurgent movement. It hasn't come from the political class. We are the outsiders, and we have got the Westminster bubble rattled.